Hello. How are you? I hope you're all good and fine and healthy and hearty and happy. So, this is PrepClass, and yes, it's an educational content before you ask. So, we're here to learn together. We are here to help you discover the inner genius in you. So, why don't you join me while we walk down that road to conquering the past questions of the JSCE, that's the Junior Secondary Certificate Examination past questions on English. Oops. Okay, let's take that back again. I didn't introduce myself today. I'm so sorry. Okay, so my name is Jennifer. You can call me Miss Jennifer or to the Jennifer. Whatever you decide to call me, just make sure there's a Jennifer attached to it. So we are PrepClass, and we are an online educational platform that is dedicated to bringing out the genius in you, to bringing out the academic in you, and of course to helping you discover yourself, your better self, that is the better version of yourself. So I know that these questions, these examinations, especially external examination questions, can be very challenging. We've all been there. And some of us still are. I mean, for the teachers, we've all been there. And some of us still are. I mean, for the teachers who still go to school, who still further their education, we are still there. And we know how these examination questions can be. They can be very frustrating. But don't worry, here we are dedicated, like I said earlier, to helping you discover yourself and of course to making you see how to answer these questions. Okay? So before we kick off on that, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's pretty important because when you subscribe to our channel, you get access to our videos on different subjects and topics, and you also get to become a member of the PrepClass educational platform, and you get notifications for everything. When anything comes up, an online class or whatever it is that PrepClass has to offer, you will be notified. So it is really important that you subscribe to our channel. And what's more, you get access to the PrepClass Best Tutors. Whoa! So why don't you subscribe to our channel, and you will not regret it. So help me God. So just as ritualistic as it is, it's like a ritual that most, if not all, English language examination questions start off with comprehension passages. It's like a ritual. I don't know who propounded it. I don't know how it started, but it's just there. So here, of course, we also have a comprehension passage, which, by the way, is lengthy. Oh my God, it's pretty lengthy. But don't worry, I think it's an interesting passage. We'll enjoy it. So the instruction says, read the passage carefully and answer the questions that follow. Okay, let's do this. He came from an unknown country, though not to the extent that the country was not listed or recognized by others. Rather, a country that had not been known to produce any Olympic medalists before, unlike America or China, where gold medalists seem to be mass-produced on a daily basis. Ngembele was poor. He came from a small village in one of the deepest jungles in Africa, but had made his way to civilization mainly through his sheer curiosity and determination. Ngembele started his journey out of his village by simply running. He ran away from the comfort of his heart just to find out how it would feel like if he were to have no home. He soon found out that he had got lost and had to live on the wild berries and rainwater while trying to avoid being preyed upon by larger animals. How he managed to survive those sinister African jungle nights, no one knew. But he soon ran away out of the jungle, where he was promptly taken in as an adopted child to a certain family named Akwa, who could not resist the doe-eyed and chubby-cheeked boy of 8. He must be cute, don't you think? Gabriel must be a cute child. So Gabriel was thankful, for he was an orphan to begin with, and since no one in his native village would miss him, he settled into the Akwa family. He soon found out that he was outsmarted, outlearned, and outrun by the boys in the family. They were all full of mischief, and the only way not to get mad was to get even. He soon found himself always running from his brothers when they turned into bullies. Even at the dining table, they took his own food. Aww. So he turned to his adopted parents for help when things got out of hand. Gimble soon realized that it was easier for him to run than walk. His physical self was perfect for it, tall and lanky with strong muscular limbs. It saved his time too, thus he stopped walking. In school, his natural talent for running attracted the attention of Mr. John White, an athletics coach, and he began running for the school's athletic team and ran his way up to the national level. 4 years later, he found himself on a running track halfway across the world in a foreign land. Still, when the gun was shot, he just ran. That's just about the best thing he does. So he ran to the finishing line and broke the white ribbon. The stadium broke into a thunderous cheer. Gimble looked up and frowned. He did not do anything special. He just ran as fast as he could, like what he always did. So running was like a part of him. In fact, it was like the intricate part of him. So for him to just run and someone claps, he's like, what? Why are they clapping? I'm doing what I do best. What I even do on a normal day. Even when you wake me up from sleep, I run. Okay, so nothing special, not even a certain giant company that sold fizzy drinks offered him an endorsement deal worth millions of dollars. Whoa! Now, there is something very beautiful about discovering your talent. You know, most times we actually display our talent without knowing it. Do you know? I mean, we could look at these celebrities, the singers and the footballers, and just about every celebrity we know, and we're like, what does it take to be talented? In the real sense, it doesn't really take anything to be talented. You know, it's just you doing what you're good at doing. And sometimes we actually do those things we're good at doing without even knowing that they're talents. We'll probably look out for the big things, the things that bring us out on the screen on TV, and then things that will probably attract paparazzi. But the truth is, your talent is what you do best. And most times, like I said earlier, you do it even without knowing it. Okay? So that is the case, or that was the case with Ngembele, not knowing that his running is a talent. No, his gift of running, his running gift, or his gift of running is actually a talent. It's something he just about does on a normal day. But here it is, actually earning him millions of dollars at the end of the day. Whoa. All right, so let's look at our question number 1. Why was Ngembele's country not recognized? A, it had never produced any Olympic medalist before. B, it was never listed formally as a country. C, it was not a big country to begin with. D, it was not famous. So what is their answer? Now, his country was not recognized because they had never produced any Olympic medalist before. And we can find this on the line 2 of the passage. Okay, so when you resort back to the passage in your free time, you will find this answer right on the second line of the passage. And let me tell you that you can actually go through a passage more than once. That is to say that it is totally understandable that all of us do not have the same comprehension skills. Some people tend to understand passages just at once, you know, just reading it the first time. Others tend to understand it after reading it twice or thrice. It depends. So it is perfectly okay for you to read a passage more than once before you answer the questions. That way you get to understand it better and you get to avoid making slight errors. Okay, so that's our answer. Number 1 has its answer on option A, or as option A. It had never produced any Olympic medalist before. That is why the country was not recognized or was not popular. Okay, our second question, it was easy for Gembele to get adopted as A, he was already an orphan, B, he looked really cute, C, the Akonko family had no son, and D, no one from his native village would miss him. So why was it easy for Gembele to get adopted? It was easy for him to get adopted because he was an orphan. Being an orphan is the first thing that makes it easy for you to get adopted. It's the first factor that makes it easy for a child to get adopted. Okay? So whether you're cute or not doesn't really count, and whether or not you've been missed could just be an additional factor, but not the main factor. Because even if you've been missed, if your parents are alive, no one has the right to adopt you. Okay? So you can only get adopted if your parents are dead. God forbid that, of course. We don't want to be orphans, do we? So that's the answer on line 12. You can find that on line 12. So it was easy for Gembele to get adopted because he was an orphan. That was the basic factor that made room for him to get adopted. Okay, so we'll have it option A as our answer. Our third question, what made it easier for him to run than to walk? A, he had run from the jungle. B, he attracted the attention of the coach. C, he was physically suited for running. That's a horn, I'm sorry. It's bizarre in this world where there are so many vehicles and cars everywhere. Pardon me, bear with me please. So we were saying A, he had run from the jungle. B, he attracted the attention of the coach. C, he was physically suited for running. And D, he had to run away from his siblings all the time. So what made it easier for him to run than to walk? Of course it was his physique. Okay? Because he was physically suited to run. Being lean and having muscular limbs, of course, with muscular limbs, you would be suited to run. In fact, you'd be suited as an athlete. So his physical appearance, that his physique, made it suitable for him to run. Of course, if he were fat or chubby, of course, he wouldn't be able to run, right? So his limbs, strong limbs, lean and strong limbs, made it easy or easier for him to run. So we can find that on the line 19 of the comprehension passage. Okay, so you can always go back to it in your free time, just to compare the answers. Okay, so okay, there we have it, option C. He was physically suited for running. Our fourth question, which phrase tells you that the Olympics was not held in Africa? Which phrase tells you that the Olympics was not held in Africa? A, the stadium broke into thunderous cheer. B, ran his way up to the national level. C, a pair of eyes would follow. And D, halfway across the world. What is the phrase that would tell you that the Olympics was not held in Africa? Of course, halfway across the world. When you hear halfway across the world, it means it cuts right through the continents of the world. Okay, so it wasn't just in Africa, it went across the world, it cut halfway across the world. Okay, and of course a foreign land, halfway across the world. So we can find that on lines 24 and 25. That is the phrase that would tell you on cue that the Olympics was not held in Africa. We have it on the option D, halfway across the world. Our fifth question, the stadium broke into a thunderous applause when Gembele came out A, third, B, second, C, first, and D, last. Of course, for a thunderous applause, I think it's a first position that would warrant that, right? Of course, a first position should warrant a thunderous applause, right? Am I correct? Yeah. So he came out first since he broke the white ribbon. Okay, so breaking the white ribbon actually makes you first. That's how it is. If you watch sports channel where they do running, you will find out that the first person to break the ribbon, to cut across or break the ribbon, is automatically the winner, is automatically the first person, right? So you can find that on lines 25 and 26 of the passage, and we have it option C first. Okay, so that were attended thunderous applause from the crowd. All right, so we have come to the end of our learning session for now. Of course, I look forward to learning more with you. I hope you found, of course, our comprehension passage was quite lengthy, but of course it was fun, right? We learned that most times our talents may not actually be those big things that we look out for. They might actually be those common things we do well every day without even knowing it. So why don't you discover your talent? Maybe if you were a little observant about your activities, you could actually discover what you were specially made for. Okay, so while we're still on what we're specially made for, I look forward to learning with you in our successive sessions. Okay, so until then, please stay safe and don't forget to like or comment. Let me know what you think about this learning session, and let me know what you feel, and of course let me know what you feel. Let me know you, okay? So please reach out to us. You can reach out to PrepClass via our website at www.prepclass.com.ng. You can also reach out to us via our telephone 09035321117. So we're everywhere, and don't forget, you may not know, but I'm saying it now that we have a PrepClass app available at the Play Store, the Google Play Store, and at the App Store too. Okay, at the Apple Store, it's everywhere. So we're everywhere, aren't we? Okay, so till I see you again, which of course I can wait to.